Hello guys, this is Dante here, just doing this quick video for those who are interested in the trading piece now of Nélo Life, who want some more information on the trading aspect, results, how it works, all the things. I'm here to just make a quick minute video to go over all that. So first off, I'm just going to share my screen and just jump right into it. What you're looking at right here is called a MyFX book. This MyFX book was created for the account of the actual fund that will be trading the money here at NELO Life. I want you to do notice that it stopped on February 14th of 2024 as we had to make a change because of some of the changes that happened to MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5 this year. The fund is still actively going. There's no issues, but it did stop on the FX book in February. But outside of that, what it's done results-wise is we've averaged about 6.3% a month. And I'm going to show you guys the FX book and the FX Blue. They calculate their returns like a little bit differently, so you see some slight differences. But this is just to show you guys and make you feel most comfortable. Monthly, from a monthly perspective, I was talking about a little over 6% a month, but our target goal is about 3 to 5%. If you see here, we've had just a beautiful equity curve now over the last since December of 2021, which is when we started the fund. Super important that we've had over $7 million in withdrawals. So we have about $4.5 million in the account right now, which is obviously very exciting. But I want to talk about this right here, this 21% drawdown. A lot of people we are very focused on capital preservation. Like we're here to not blow people's money. We have our own money invested into the fund. There's no bigger investors in the fund than the actual traders of the fund. But from just to give you even a perspective of how it works, this is not like one person trading the account or one bot trading the account. We have fund allocation, which basically means that if we have let's say there's $100,000 in the account. We'll have like 10% of that traded by one algorithmic strategy, another $10,000 traded by another algorithmic strategy, $20,000 traded by a manual trading strategy that has 7 different confluents in it. And we have about 4 or 5 strategies that we actively use. And then we have pieces of the capital that never get used and are just there to be a cushion onto the rest of the funds. So it's not like we can have a bad week and blow the account. Like there's so many different things happening on the account that there's not one strategy that actually has the ability to do so, which would be kind of like some of you guys might be familiar with like a martingale strategy or something like that. From a result perspective, we did touch 20% drawdown in the very first month that we created this, and we were using a different strategy, and it did touch 20%, and we immediately removed that strategy. And since then, we touched 10% on 2 separate occasions, but for the most part, we are in the under 3% drawdown range for the high majority of this time, which is awesome. Just to show you guys a month-by-month perspective. 2021 we started, 2022 we had a good year. Again, you see some months you'll have higher months, and then we actually had 2 losing months, which we recognize is 100% possible. This is real trading. This is not like to fake or hype you up. We had a minus 3.5% month here and a minus 0.5% month here. But then in 2023, we're very proud of the fact that we crushed it all 2023. You see some months at 2%, some months at 5.7%. So there's no guarantee month by month, but we've averaged consistent profits month after month after month, which we are extremely proud about. We are very, very excited about. I'll show you guys here even the FX book. FX Blue, very same thing, same account. So come on. Sometimes my computer is slow. Don't judge me. Yeah, this is taking a long time to load. I'm sorry. Let's go to stats. Maybe this is better. Oh, there it goes. Finally. As soon as I click away, it goes there. Apologies. But the stats of the account, I want you guys to know that this is the same account that we're talking about. So hold on. Give it a second to load. It just loaded up. Here you go. So this is the account, $4.5 million in it. $4.5 million in it, over $3 million in closed profits, total returns over 360%, averaging about 5.4% a month, 1.73% weekly. You see here peak drawdowns at 7.3% here, and that's because they're basing it off of the balance and not the equity. We look at the equity peak drawdown, it did touch 21% like we showed you on the last one. Again, we are having the money here directly to liquidity. So there's not one broker that's housing our money. We have our money directly with the liquidity provider that uses or aggregates, 14 different banks. So the place where we have our money is super safe. They aggregate 14 different banks, which means they use different banks to be able to provide the resources there, as opposed to just having one bank, which means that your funds are actually in a safe place and not with a broker. A broker could go out of commission tomorrow, but we have our funds directly with the liquidity provider, which is an awesome opportunity. Statistically, if you guys are familiar with trading, you'll see here this profit factor of 2.13 is incredible. The history of the account is 846 days, current balance over $4.5 million. Weekly return 1.3%, monthly about 5.4. If you scroll down here, you see we've had $8.7 million in deposits, $7.4 million in withdrawals, netting 1.3, and then we've also had $4 million or $3.2 million in closed profit. So it's incredible. Like, this is not like your average fund. This our goal here is capital preservation. It's not like one strategy or one aggressive trader that gets lucky here and doesn't here. We have a very tight system. We have multiple developers behind the scenes managing this. Even if we go to risk is what's most important, that you need to know that your money is safe. So when it comes to risk, you see here risk of ruin. This means that what are the chances of this size of loss actually happening on the account? Anything more than a 10% loss is totally 0%. There's been nothing showing any kind of threat or possibility that there can ever be a bigger loss than 10%. And even that is a 0.2% chance of that ever happening. I feel like that should make you very, very comfortable with what it is that we're doing. Our average length of trade is 3.3 days. And our risk reward ratio is again plus 4.4. So this is incredible. And if you see here, this is the worst days that we've had. And this is based off the balance, and this is based off the equity. Equity is a little tougher to calculate, and that's what FX Book uses. So it's good to see it here. Our worst day we ever had from a balance perspective was 3.5%. Worst month was 4.6% from a balance perspective. Deepest valley, so meaning that the lowest that we've ever been as far as drawdown with our actual account balance is 7.3%. And this is over 2.5 years of a lot of stuff happening in the world. Equity wise, you'll see here 17% worst week. 21% was our deepest valley, but that will be the equity, not actually on the balance of the account, which if you're not familiar with trading, you wouldn't understand that. But this video is being recorded for people who are. And again, we're very confident about what is it that we're going to be doing. You see here the size of our losses. We've had plenty of, 1%, 2% loss, that's fine, but we've never had anything more than a 4% loss in our whole entire trajectory we've been doing this. So we're excited. We think that this is a perfect opportunity for you to be able to invest in, to be able to feel comfortable, to feel safe, to know that this isn't one person or two people behind the scenes. There's multiple people, multiple factors in that are responsible for what's happening with you see here. So I hope this makes sense, and that whoever shared with you this video can get you plugged into NELO Life with our trade being fun. ASAP, if you got any questions, we can schedule a call. Talk soon.